Apparently not everybody got hit with as much snow as we did. Hey sightseers, we are heading out for the first time in I think 15 days to go do some grocery shopping. But first, before we do that, we gotta fuel up. So we're stopping in here at Mickey Lou's and getting a burger on takeout. Oh, can't wait. This is gonna be like the highlight of my day. The burger. Not the grocery shopping, because, you know, I'm not a fan of grocery shopping to begin with. And now with all this weird stuff going on, I'm really not digging grocery shopping. But the burger, yeah. Highlight of my day. So that's Mickey Lou's. They have the old-fashioned type of grill where they cook your burger over a charcoal fire. And so they have the most awesome burgers here in and around probably the, northeastern Wisconsin. I don't know. I don't think I can think of any other restaurant where they have the same type of charbroiled burger that tastes as good as Mickey Lou's. Anyways, so we're sitting here in the parking lot. I called in the order about 5 minutes ago. Here in a couple of minutes, I'll go in and grab our order. All right, going in. Wish me luck. Yes, I did.
What was the name?
Sally.
Hamburgers?
Yes. It would appear we're not the only ones craving Mickey Lou's. There's a couple other people out here in the parking lot eating their burgers. All right, once you see this burger, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here. Look at that. Good stuff, huh?
Let me have some of that.
No, you had your own.
Let me have some of your malt. You're stingy.
Nobody's stopping you from ordering a new malt, getting yourself a malt.
I don't want the coronavirus.
And so we should be sharing the same malt? What if I got it and then I'll give it to you? Good to the last bite.
You still got a bite.
I have a small mouth.
The way you yell at me, I wouldn't think it was that small.
Everybody's gonna think that I'm yelling at you all the time.
You're always mean to me. Just ask your dad.
That's not true. Highlight of the day. So eating before going grocery shopping accomplishes two things. One, I won't be buying a lot of junk that I don't need because I'm starving. You know how that happens when you go to the grocery store and you're hungry and you end up coming home with a bunch of stuff you don't need or want. And then two, we won't get any cross-contamination from touching all the stuff in the grocery store and then possibly getting it on our Mickey Lou's burgers. So that's why we did it in that order, in case you're wondering. Apparently yeast is a hot commodity because they don't have the regular yeast that I get. Well, that is the third store that I've gone into looking for yeast. Apparently, I'm not the only person that's baking bread these days. I had no idea that yeast would be such a hot commodity item right now, but apparently it is. Our final stop of the day, figured since we are in town and getting everything that we need, Marty wanted to stop at Harbor Freight so that he could pick up a spray gun to finish his trim work that he's doing in my room. Well, it feels good to get this thing off. Man, they don't make these things for comfort, do they? I thought at first that I'd feel really self-conscious about wearing a mask out in public, and I did for maybe the first 2 minutes. And then when I seen other people in the stores wearing masks, it was like, you know what? Get over yourself. It's not that big a deal to be wearing a mask out in public. Really, it's not. And if it helps prevent the spread of the virus, you know, for all I know, I could be carrying it. I don't know that. I mean, I'm not running out and getting tested because I don't have any symptoms, and so many people out there aren't having symptoms, and they're figuring that there's asymptomatic carriers out there among us. You know, so be it. You know, what's the big deal about wearing a mask? Plus, you know, I'm kind of hoping on the chance that maybe they'll increase my chances of not getting it, you know, because you don't know who walked through the aisles right before you, 5 minutes before you, if they're carrying it, and then you're walking through and breathing that in, you know, those droplets, if they were coughing or sneezing or whatever, at least, you know, that'll give you some protection. I know they're saying that masks aren't exactly preventive for the virus, but hey, anything I can stack in my odds of not getting it, I'm going to do. Especially because I know some of you already know I am a bit of a germaphobe and have this thing about washing my hands constantly and using hand sanitizer. You know, this is stuff that I use normally, regularly, without coronavirus going on. So, you know, that's my thing, you know, because we all have our quirks, our things, and so being a bit of a germaphobe is kind of my thing. Among other things, I guess. Marty's back. Did you survive?
Going corona crazy in there with all them people. Nobody's wearing a mask but me.
I guess that's because they all think they're stronger men. I don't know. But I've seen plenty of men over in Walmart and Aldi's wearing them, so don't feel bad. Well, now that we got all our stuff, we should be stacked up now for another 2 weeks. Maybe even longer, depending on how long I can stretch things out. And you know how I said that going to eat at Mickey Lou's would help prevent me from buying a bunch of stuff I didn't need? Well, that did somewhat. I bought the makings for gonna try my hand at baking a key lime pie, so I guess that falls in the category of not really a necessity, but with all this time I got in my hands, you know, be a fun thing to try out. And when we get home, we'll have the fun task of decontamination our groceries, wiping them down, you know. Germaphobe Central here. Special thanks goes out to all our fellow sightseers here on Patreon and PayPal. Without you, these videos wouldn't be possible.